Hey, good morning, Al and Helena. This is for your benefit and information. Had a great talk with Firas Masood, okay? Uh, he does it an American English way, Firas. I'm Firas Masood, right? Uh, I asked him a question about how this works. So, how this really works is CyberSource is like a bigger version of Authorize.net. They're more of a commercial industry gateway, and they do international exchange better and more so than Authorize.net. Authorize.net is typically for that medium to smaller size business. So Authorize.net goes away. They make a relationship with CyberSource, and then Bank of America builds their own gateway, right? And that's totally cool. The problem with that, even though Bank of America, as big as they are not licensed to interface with nobody at this point, and they're working on that. So, but if you have somebody that I have let's say a WordPress website, and there's a custom store shopping cart, then that would work because I can use the integrations. There's four levels. One's a plug and play, real easy. You add it to another one's an API. That's like a coding that we just stick in there and it makes it talk to the gateway. The third level is a semi customization where it's more coding. And then the last one would be on the larger scale, full customization, where we're writing a lot of coding because there's a lot of transactions, right? Large amounts of transactions. So I said, well, if WooCommerce is off the table because WooCommerce is part of WordPress and it's the largest globally, then you have Shopify and then you have BigCommerce. Well, I was just kind of thinking out loud, hey, Firas, I heard what you said, but I just want to make sure. So, what alternative to WooCommerce is available? Then he says, for the moment, none of them. Then I say, okay, so a plugin for WooCommerce is not available yet. They're not saying no, they're just saying not yet. They're saying sometime by or before summer. So maybe June-ish, maybe May, if they can get their license authorized and approved for the company as a whole on this new gateway. Obviously, this new gateway has to meet parameters for these platforms to accept it. That should have been done ahead of time, but hey, that's another subject. Okay, I said so, and the alternatives are off the table. So WooCommerce not yet, and then all of these alternatives off the table, which are interesting. So then I said most medium to smaller size businesses cannot afford a custom, let's say PHP coded site, and that's just a language. I'm just giving him as a reference because he seemed to know a little bit. And it says WordPress is the largest platform that would extend to a larger audience, helping more clients. Wouldn't Bank of America be concerned at doing that? Because you're gonna have customer runoff. They're gonna go to Wix. They're gonna go to Square because they can go open up a store real easy without the heavy contract to Shopify or BigCommerce. Okay. So then it says, so you guys, can you allow a WordPress site with your gateway? Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. He says, here's what the tech team says. It depends on how the client utilizes WordPress functionality. So I can build a WordPress site for him, which gives them functionality and a price mode that makes sense without a heavy, hard contract and keeping them embedded with you guys. But it says if they develop their own shopping cart functionality, they can code to one of our integrated methods. So here we go back to the coding again. If they can afford a cart functionality, let me ask you a question. A lot of these customers that I'm calling don't have the knowledge, wherewithal, or the ability, or even know how to price to get something coded, right? I hope a lot of this doesn't go overseas for the Pakistani super cheap pricing, which sounds like it may. They may have to provide this knowing that that's going to create a large demand. I think I see the big ugly picture. I'm going to have my guy try to develop a template on the shopping cart that fits what they're saying, and then we can just integrate it with the gateway. Until then, I could probably just take everybody offline of merchant services from Bank of America, put it elsewhere, like Payrock, the third biggest in the country besides Authorize.net, and then for sure pigeonhole your client, and then we can move them back once they get licensing approved, okay? It says if they are using a third-party shopping cart, then at this time, no, and WooCommerce not currently available, others too. That's pretty interesting, man. And I understand why, because CyberSource is not going to use the tables and platforms of the medium to smaller. CyberSource is a mega group for the bigger companies. So why they made that relationship, I'm not sure, other than they're going to pigeonhole this kind of coating and service with a branch or an arm they're going to pull up, right? Uh, I think I see that's what's going to happen. But in the interim, we want to take care of the customer and the people that want to open a store. Otherwise, you're going to lose them to Wix. You're going to lose them to Square. You're going to lose them to GoDaddy's. You know, there's too many out there. They can go get an e-commerce platform and get rolling. Okay. Now we'll leave them with the Bank of America bank account. I can capture them, and then, you know, we'll roll them back. So food for thought there. But I wanted you to have the skinny of what's really happening. So at this particular point, we can't dance with anybody else unless it is a custom coded functionality shopping cart that I can integrate with the new gateway. And that's cool because that means it doesn't have to meet any regulations other than what are the parameters to talk to the gateway. That tells me that they built this gateway and didn't go get it approved with the masses, right? And now they're working on that. So wanted to let you know what I understood. We still want to help your clients. And Faraz said, hey, you came highly recommended. You know, I guess he even talked to Jeff or somebody, but and then you guys. But he said that he planned to refer plenty business to me as well. All right, wanted you to have the skinny. Sorry about the chime. Thanks.